What's up everyone, this is Sam from 64 Wheels, back more diecast, and what we have here is a very unassuming brown outer box from Mattel Creations, but it contains probably the weirdest, strangest, oddball Hot Wheel ever made. This is the MSCHF, or the MSCHF Not Wheels car. So if you saw this previewed online, Mattel Creations released it probably about a month or so ago in collaboration with the hype brand MSCHF, and they build or they make or release or whatever, just really off-the-wall consumer bending products. So they released the big orange like UGG style boots, they released the blurry brick of money, they've released a whole bunch of just really odd stuff. So Hot Wheels has had a relationship with a couple, like I would call them, like, I don't know if I call this pop art or what, but like Arsham. They've done a couple like the Love Van. They've done a couple like collabs with like artists that are like kind of creating their own genre of stuff, and then MSCHF is one of them. So this is a car that really caused a lot of hype when it came out. I was able to get this straight from Mattel. It's just taking me a while to unbox it because I've been doing a lot of stuff. They were $30. As soon as they sold out, it went to like $100, and now the market is kind of stabilized since they kind of, you know, they got delivered, and now they're like, I don't know, 50 or 60 bucks. So they're not bad, but they all came in this little box. So it actually came in this, I ordered, I think 3 of them was the limit. I was able to get some, I got my brother one, I got me one to keep, and then one to open, and that's this one right here. So the cool thing about this is it also comes with like a little card to say that you've actually bought a genuine product from MSCHF, Mattel Creations, Collab, whatever, which I think is cool. And it does elevate the release a little bit, because not everything, like, I don't know, some of the stuff they've made is not the best. So I'm really looking forward to this one because it should be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and see what is inside. All right, there is the little MSCHF Mattel Creations Certificate of Authenticity. This certifies that your MSCHF Not Wheels was custom built through collaborative efforts of MSCHF and designers and artists of Mattel, or at Mattel, 2023. That's kind of cool. I wish they would have like put it inside because it's not bent, but it's a little warped. All right, let's check out the actual car. Let me make sure there's nothing else in there. Okay, at least they put a inner package with it. So this is pretty cool. So there you can see, this looks like an absolute beater. This is nothing like Hot Wheels has really done before. I would say the closest is the mainline monster trucks that already came squished. But this, I believe, is the first Hot Wheel not to have 4 wheels on purpose. So this one has one missing, as you can see here. And even when you go online, it says the car only has 3 wheels. It does not roll. They really wanted you to know that. So this looks really cool though. So the packaging is made to look like the Hot Wheels brand, used for 2024, not total yet. Cinder block not included, which, because in the promo photos, I show a little cinder block under that back wheel. Hot Wheels normal car, it has the little, the actual car here on the artwork. Not Wheels, got the little Mattel Creations. Certified clunker, no lifetime warranty at all. See back for details. So we'll go ahead and flip it back over. Again, for the adult collectors, vroom, 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 okay, clunk, skirt, just noise, and then 3 emojis. So let's see, okay. MSCHF, no warranty. Car is in great condition, just needs a little work. MSCHF will not offer any replacements. By purchasing this Hot Wheel Basic 164 scale car, buyer indicates that they own polyester putty, spray paint, and know a guy who can buff out dents. Born to drive, world is a truck, I am a Hot Wheel. What does that say? 4 billion dead cars? This is not one of them yet. So very obscure, very artsy, very odd, but this looks really, really cool. So let's go ahead and bust this sucker open. I'm excited about opening this. So this card is also not a regular Hot Wheels card. It is a premium RLC style card. It is very thick. You can even see on the back, it's not that like brown color, it's the white color, because it is like a premium card. And then what does that say? Not suitable for individuals with country club memberships. Disgusted look will be given. That's hilarious. Remove from card. How on was on that? Not for use with all Hot Wheel sets. I would say not hardly any. So let's look a little closer at the card work. It's got some tickets, got a cracked windshield. A lot of good details on this one. All right, let's go ahead and bust it open. Let's do it. I'm getting nervous because this is like, I don't know, 50 bucks down the drain. Whoop. because I don't know if they're worth anything loose, but I'm not going to sell it anyway, so I don't really care. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can keep it in there. So it does have the inner packaging. All right, let's check this thing out. Okay. Let's just look at it first. This is so interesting. And of course, I've seen it online. Lamley and other places have previewed it, but it's even cooler when you get to see it in real life and hold it and see the details for yourself. But this is pretty wild. Okay, so we'll look at the driver's side first. So the paint itself looks pretty good. Again, there's panels, there's like scratching on it. There's like a rust type look to it. It does appear to be the printer style tampos. Let me see, let's look a little closer. Yeah, definitely printer style tampos. It's got the like expanding putty that's dirty to like fill in the fender, almost make like an over fender or wide body fender. That I believe is a new wheel. That looks like a steel wheel replacement wheel. And as you can see, it's got like goobers all over it from the factory or from just like being dirty. But I think that is a new wheel. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's look at the rest. So it does have a half window down. They're very glossed over, like they're fogged over, which I think is funny. But the paint on this looks really good. And I don't know if you can see that, but on the mirror, there is like a duct tape right there to keep the mirror on, which I think is hilarious because a lot of like rundown cars I see do have duct tape holding the mirror on. So there it has one full taillight on this side. Then it says, I can't see what that says on the back. I think it's just vents on the big wing. The wing is ridiculous, but it's got little scrapes there on the back window, or not the back window, the back bumper. It does have like a spoked wheel, and that almost looks like the premium, it's hard to see, premium lace wheel. I don't know if it is or not, but this is hilarious right here. So there is a seatbelt out the door actually molded to the car, and I assume that if these stay loose in people's collections, that will probably be the first thing to break off eventually, just because the metal is pretty thin there. So if you drop that, I'm sure that'll break off. But it's really funny though. Again, a lot of firsts for Hot Wheels and Mattel on this one. So as you can see, the fender is actually dented. It has wrinkles in it. Go around to the front. The headlights are yellowed over just like any typical like 90s sedan that has been like fogged over. They turn yellow. You gotta like use those Maguire kits and scrape them off, or like the toothpaste trick, but they look really funny. And they're almost like burnt where the headlight actually goes in, and then they have like little spots of black on them. The grille looks good. The front bumper has those same scrapes as the back bumper, just from like city type driving. It's got a flat gray hood, and the hood has a little pop there to it, which is kind of funny. I love that kind of styling. Like anything that it's like pre-junked or pre-damaged, I think is really cool, and that they could utilize that look on so many other things. They could do a line of work trucks, demolition derby, more monster truck stuff, which they are. They've released a couple monster truck related things that have like a pre-damaged body, but that like really opens up the door to other designs, which I hope they utilize in the future. So as we look to the window, you can see it's dirty in general, and it has the windshield wiper like shape to it. It's got a crack going across the driver's side area, and there, if we can see that, it actually says parking violation. So there are 3 or 4, maybe even 5 parking tickets on there. You can see it's like almost like a tampo on the windshield, which I think is awesome. I really like that addition, the parking ticket. I mean, that's just funny. So then we have what looks like to be, I don't know what that would be on a real car, like stripes that are raised like that. I don't know. Almost just looks like puff paint tape or something. I don't know. But then you can see that the roof also has that like faded paint on the roof, just like any other beater car that you see around town, especially like if you live out west or deep down south. You'll see a lot of cars with faded paint like that. Like my Plymouth has it like that, just from sitting in the sun from so many years. But that's cool that they added that. Then there is a wash me in the back window, which is super funny. Stripes continue to the back. This side, it has that same black, like almost like mesh or wire style wheel. Then this one has an okay fender, but this one, the door has the dents in it. The mirror's okay in this one, but this one also has the window down. It's got a replacement back door with the trim missing, which I think is hilarious. It actually has like the trim mounting tab or holes left in it, which is a very nice touch. If you've ever taken trim off of a car, which I have a couple, they always leave some kind of hole or mounting point. So that's pretty realistic. Again, this is like a funny, like almost like a satire release, but they put a lot of good detail in it. So even, I don't know if you can see that, but even through the front window, the seats are actually dirty. Can you see that? It's really hard to see. But they have like dirt splashes on them or something. And it looks like the interior is all intact. It's kind of hard to see because of the clouded windows, but it's kind of funny. And then you got the little like devil guy drone in the back window. So the brand has done a couple like weird collabs, like they did the little Nas X like blood shoes, which are kind of weird. So some of the stuff they do I'm not totally on board with, but this is actually a pretty fun release. So there you have a little like dent in the bottom of the door, and then we go to the back, and this is probably the most detailed part of the car. It has a busted out license plate. I'm looking at the license plate. 2 FHCS M4. I don't know what that's supposed to stand for, but if I find out, I'm going to put it over the video. But the rear taillight, just like many real cars in the city, have gotten smashed out. As you can see, there's like a little dark spot behind it. And then what looks like a red piece of plastic or something else has been taped or secured to the taillight so they don't get pulled over. Very realistic. I see that all the time. So that's funny. And then you also see it looks like they have the rear bumper zip tied on through the rear fender, which almost looks like a little bit of drift car. Again, that's elements that they could put into a drift car, a realistic drift car or some kind of race car that they could do outside this line. So very cool. There you have the turbo sticker on the back and a very wrinkled rear fender. It's got the scraped bumper as well. And then here is where there's even more detail. So it doesn't have a tire on it, but it does have a brake drum, a 4-lug brake drum on it. And there you can see a little spring in the back. Does this roll? It actually does roll, which is kind of funny. Is it connected or is it just spinning because of that? Yeah, that is hilarious. So it's made to look rusty, but then when you get close up, you can see that it is the printer style tampo. So when you hold it back just a little bit there, it looks pretty good and rusty. But then when you get it super close to the camera, you can see that it's rainbow. Same for the gray, actually. But I think the printer style tampos actually works pretty well for this. So really just all the detail right here is just excellent. Like they did such a good job. Like I wish they would put this amount of detail into like other cars that they do. Like why are we not getting this amount of detail other places? Like we should definitely be getting new wheels you can take off, like things. I hope Hot Wheels takes elements from this and adds it to other cars in the future, because this is done pretty well. Even though it's like a junky car, it's done. I mean, they did an excellent job on it. So there, the back bumper has a little dent. It's got more of that scraping, that license plate, and then it says "Born to Drive, World is a Truck, I am Hot Wheel," which is the same thing that it said on the back of the card as well. It's got the individual huge like fart can on the back, the exhaust, with a rusty pipe going through that rear axle area. And here we can see MSCHF Not Wheels, Hot Wheels. So the base is very plain. They put all the effort into the body, and of course it looks good. This is a really funny release. This is one of those cars, especially if you choose to open it, that you'll have in your display, your collection, and people will see it and be like, what in the heck is that? Legit. Like I'd be like, what kind of junk car? I'm like, does that car have spray foam on it? And it's a real conversation point in your collection. Even if it's in the package, I think it looks like a good conversation point, because it's just, it doesn't have the Hot Wheels logo. This is just a really unique car. I think this is one of the more cool Hot Wheels collabs that they've done. The Arsham cars are cool. I have all of those that they made. I haven't unboxed any of them, but this one, it looks a little bit cooler, and it's got color. There's a lot more elements to this that I appreciate. It's not just like an eroded car. They actually put some thought and some detail into how they could make this car look like a junky car that you see up on blocks in like a city alley or something. They did just a really good job on it. This is definitely a good candidate for like a Wacky Wednesday post, because this is probably the wackiest, weirdest, just most oddball thing Hot Wheels has ever made. if you think you can top it, if you know of a actual Hot Wheel that was released, not a custom, that's more strange than this, with as many strange features, definitely let me know in the comments, because at least right away, nothing is coming to mind. But let me know what you think of this in the comments. This is just definitely a one-of-a-kind car in your collection. So yeah, let me know what you think of this in the comments. If you were able to snag one, or if you bought one off eBay, or if you plan on buying one after seeing a couple open and looking at the detail and just seeing how crazy this thing is overall. Or just even buying it and keeping that package, just cool too. So I really appreciate you watching. This is Sam, 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe as always. I will have a ton more stuff coming up. I have more Matchbox. I actually got my Action Driver City together, so those will be, that whole city video will be coming very soon. So hit that subscribe bell or whatever it is, the notification bell, so you don't miss that one. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.